What's going on, everybody? This is Names with Names Repairs. Behind me is a Mercedes W204 C200, and today we're gonna do a couple of repairs. In this video, we're gonna change the drive belt tensioner, the drive belt, brake pads and brake discs, oil filters, air filters, and change the oil as well. So without wasting time, let's dive right into it. For the tensioner, we start with removing this air intake tube to make room here. That's a screwdriver, bang it out. And it's out, and they usually break, and this one was already broken. And that comes out. If you can see inside here, the belt is gone and the tensioner was broke. It snapped. It leaves just right under there, so we have to take out all these pipings and tubes. There's Jubilee clips holding these pipes and tubes, so we have to remove them to make room so that we can work with the tensioner down there. There's a flat screw, you just pull it out. I've already taken it out, and there is two 8E bolts like this holding this big airbox down there. So one is on the top, one is on the bottom. So that's out, clips out, and then this pipe comes out. I don't want to touch this because this is a water pipe, so if I touch a water pipe, I don't want water leak everywhere. That's coolant goes in here, so I'm just going to try and avoid it by pushing it on the side. There is two Jubilees here at the bottom. I showed you earlier on. You just have to loosen them up. But that was loose, so your box is out. So remember to take the box out. There's two E-bolts down there. They're 8mm E-bolts. There's a clip here, and there's two Jubilees here, and then the box comes out. Plus this one here. So now that the box is out, we have enough room here to work on the tensioner, and this is the tensioner here. To access the tensioner bolt, you have to go under the car, and there's an E-bolt right there. If you can see it, right there, that's the one. That's the E-bolt that needs to be removed to remove the tensioner from the front. So you have to access that bolt from under here on the subframe. So in this case, if you can see, I made this little tool here to help me unscrew the E there. It's a very tight space. You will see the bolt if you're doing this work. You just gotta do your best. That's it. So the tensioner just came out on its own. It's gotten dark now after fighting with the E-bolt that goes here. It's an E14 bolt. It took me a long time to get through, but I did manage to get through it. But it just burned out, blew, cracked, got warm for some reason, I think, and it decided to blow itself up. But hey, without wasting time, let's try to fit in the other one. The process is the same. How you took it out is how you're gonna put back the other one. Now you must remember, the key to all of this is making room for yourself. If you don't have room, you won't get anywhere. So that's the new one, and it just slides back in and aligns with the board at the back there under the engine, and basically that's it. So I'm gonna go back down under the car and then try to tighten this. Just gonna slowly route the belt. It's hard for you to see because it's very dark in here, but still trying to fit the belt in. And just like that, we've got the belt in. Just make sure every groove is in line before you let go. And that's it. So with that done, the belt is routed back. As you can see, there is a Torx T55 on the tensioner. You just have to anti-clockwise the bar, and then you will be able to get the belt on top of all the pulleys. That's how easy it is. Oh yeah. So now it's time to put back this deadly box. Put the pipe back. So is this. Make the car lose boost. has to be really tight to sustain all the pressure. Now that's the last of the E-bolts. This is E10 that holds this plastic pipe together. And there's not much I can film about it because you barely can see. So we're done with this for the moment. Try and start the car and see. So right now we're done with the drive belt and the tensioner department. It's really hard to see down there when you're doing this type of work. It's hard to film, but I did my best. Now we're going to move on to the engine mount, and that's another thing as well. The engine mount is just located somewhere else where it's hard to film, but I'll do my best to show you. There's 3 bolts that we need to take out, and if you have an engine crane, it's much easier because you can pull the engine one side like this and then remove the mount. So let's dive right into that. For the engine mount, we have to do that bolt. There's another 2 bolts down there. I'm gonna get on and start cracking with them. Right guys, so I'm just cracking out the 16mm on the top mount, and I hope the way I'm trying to do it will work. If it doesn't, I'm screwed. And that's it. It's out. So a bolt here and a bolt there, 2 14mm bolts down there. So I went ahead and took the other 2 14mm down there. And now I'm just going to try to lift the engine up one side with this crane and then see if I can be able to pull the mount out from here without having to remove the E-bolts. So we'll see. So to speak, there isn't much room, but the mount is out. It's just that I can't wiggle it around to take it out. That's what the problem is. So I think we'll still have to remove the E-bolts. So that's the mount. It's out, but I can't wiggle it around. There's not enough room for me to remove it. I'll end up breaking something. So what I need to do now is take out those bolts that are holding this arm for the engine mount. But the mount is out. Let's just take out these E-bolts and see how it goes. So after fighting with the arm, I've managed to pull out the 4 E-bolts, and now I made room so I can pull out the engine mount. That's it. That's the old mount. I don't know why he's trying to change it. Oh, okay. Right now I'm gonna end the video here, but in the meantime, it's getting late and I have to bounce, and I'll see you in the next episode where we continue with the engine mount, brake pads, brake discs, and the oil change. So please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Peace, and I'm out.